The tension began almost the moment George Clooney sat down across from Jimmy Kimmel. Usually warm and lighthearted, Clooney was there to promote his new film, but his body language was tight. Jimmy, known for playful teasing, opened by poking at Clooney's past political statements. The audience chuckled, expecting the actor to fire back with his trademark wit. Instead, Clooney leaned forward, his expression stone cold. "Jimmy, I didn't come here to be mocked," he snapped. The voici. Laughter died instantly, replaced by an uneasy silence. Jimmy forced a grin, trying to brush it off. "George, come on! You're the king of cool. You can take a jab or two." But Clooney didn't soften. His jaw clenched. "There's a difference between a jab and disrespect, and you crossed it." The camera caught Jimmy shifting in his chair, the usual twinkle in his eye dimming. The crowd murmured, unsure if they were watching a staged bit or something real unraveling. When Jimmy pivoted to Clooney's humanitarian work, he suggested the actor cared more about polishing his image than the causes themselves. That was the breaking point. Clooney slammed his hand on the desk, his voice thundering. "How dare you? Those causes mean everything to me. You don't get to question my integrity on national television." Gasps swept through the studio. Even the band stopped mid-chord. In the control room, producers waved frantically, signaling Jimmy to move on. But Clooney wasn't done. "You bait celebrities into gotcha moments to go viral. This isn't comedy, it's humiliation." The air felt charged, electric. The audience sat frozen, torn between loyalty to the host and respect for the star. Jimmy tried again to steady the ship with a half-smile. "Okay, George, let's relax. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot." Clooney cut him off. "No, Jimmy. You've been doing this for years. You humiliate people under the guise of humor, and it's pathetic." The crowd shifted restlessly. Some booed, some clapped, most just stared. Then, Clooney ripped off his microphone pack, dropping it on the desk with a sharp thud that echoed across the studio. "I don't need this circus," he declared, standing. His eyes blazed as he strode toward the curtain. The band stumbled into hesitant notes, unsure if they should play him out. "George, come on, man, we're friends," Jimmy called after him. But Clooney didn't turn back. He vanished behind the curtain, leaving Jimmy stunned and silent before a bewildered audience. The show cut abruptly to commercial, but the damage was done. Within minutes, social media erupted. Clips of Clooney storming off trended worldwide under hashtags like Clooney walks off and Kimmel clash. Fans were split. Some applauded Clooney for standing up to toxic late-night humor. Others mocked him for being too sensitive. Hollywood insiders chimed in. Some said Clooney had been under immense stress. Others claimed it was a publicity stunt for his film. Jimmy said nothing, only fueling speculation. The following morning, headlines dominated every outlet. Clooney explodes on Kimmel, late-night TV and crisis after walkout, end of Clooney-Kimmel friendship. Paparazzi swarmed Clooney's Los Angeles home. He ignored them, fueling rumors about his mental state and motives. Fans worldwide debated. Was he a hero or a diva? Jimmy's camp released a vague statement. Last night's show did not go as planned. We respect George Clooney and wish him well. Critics slammed it as evasive. Clooney's team, by contrast, issued a fiery press release blasting the toxic culture of late night, saying George had reached his breaking point after years of being targeted for cheap laughs. Other late-night hosts wasted no time piling on. Stephen Colbert quipped about some people not handling desk humor. Jimmy Fallon nervously promised, "Don't worry, I'm not chasing my guests off tonight." Clooney's walkout became Hollywood's hottest punchline, even as defenders argued that the very ridicule proved his point. By midweek, the incident had taken on a life of its own. TikTok edits of Clooney storming off set to dramatic soundtracks racked up millions of views. Memes compared him to other celebrities who famously lost their temper on live TV. Yet beneath the jokes, serious conversations brewed. Were talk shows crossing a line? Had late-night banter become veiled bullying, exploiting celebrities' private lives for laughs? Days later, Clooney broke his silence in an interview. Calm but firm, he said, "I've been in this industry long enough to take a joke, but there's a difference between humor and humiliation. When it turns into character assassination, I won't play along anymore." His words struck a chord, igniting think pieces about dignity, respect, and the imbalance between hosts and their guests. Jimmy finally addressed the controversy on his next show, trying to laugh it off. "Well, folks, I guess George Clooney finally found a script he didn't like." The audience chuckled, but online reaction was harsher. Many felt he sounded smug, not remorseful. Though Jimmy insisted he loved George like a brother, he never actually apologized. Insiders whispered that their once famous friendship was over. Clooney had long been a fixture on Kimmel's show, often pranking the host. Now producers admitted they couldn't imagine them sharing a stage again. The rupture felt symbolic, marking the end of an era when stars and hosts could spar without fear of reputational fallout. Sponsors grew uneasy. A couple of advertisers reportedly questioned whether the controversy might taint their brand, especially as the walk-off replayed endlessly on morning shows and social media. Behind the scenes, ABC executives were rumored to be furious that their flagship late-night program had turned into a PR nightmare overnight. Clooney's reputation, however, seemed oddly revitalized. While detractors called him thin-skinned, many hailed him as a rare A-lister willing to risk his image to speak out. A trending hashtag, #SheTeamClooney, gained traction, with celebrities like Mark Ruffalo and Viola Davis signaling support. Whether deliberate or not, Clooney had rebranded himself as a man of principle, unafraid to call out Hollywood's most powerful platforms. Months later, even as Clooney promoted his film and Jimmy kept hosting, the walk-off still lingered as a cultural touchstone. Entertainment outlets replayed it on anniversaries, ranking it among the most shocking talk show moments ever. For Clooney, it became both a scar and a badge of honor. For Jimmy, it was a reminder that even sharp comedy had its limits. And for viewers, it was proof that live television, unpolished, unpredictable, and raw, could still shock the world.